Welcome to another episode, the first episode in the rebranding of the Unbalanced Pedestal podcast. My name is Tina Marie for those who just happen to stumble upon my channel. Thank you. Welcome. Make sure you subscribe down somewhere. I don't know exactly where it's going to be, up here or there. No. Make sure you subscribe, hit the notification bell because it does help support the channel and myself because it allows me to know that you love this content and you want more of it. And I want to give you what you need. This episode is going to focus on how to apologize to your daughter, your teenage daughter. And the first thing before we even get into that, get a pen and paper so you can take down some notes. Give you a little moment.
6.5 hours later.
We good? Nice. Right. So the first thing I want you to do is write down the last 10 things you said to your daughter, whether this is saying no to something that she asked for, whether it's telling her that she needs to do something and you gave her an ultimatum. This is maybe something that you've requested of her and you may not have said it in a kind and loving way. It may have been something that was very scary or it wasn't received well. Hence, you may have received an attitude or an eye roll um, because of what you said. So I want you to think about the last 10 things, if you can, that you have said. Look at those 10 items and see how it makes you feel. I want you to think back to the time you were your daughter's age and your mother telling you those same exact things when you were a teenage daughter, when you were a teenager. How did that make you feel? Did you feel that your mother has, she just doesn't know who you are? Do you feel that she just doesn't listen to you? Do you feel that she doesn't care about your feelings or she doesn't care about your needs, your wants, or just you in general? Do you feel that you felt abandoned, that you felt alone? So I want you to sit with that for a while and just really process those feelings from when you were that age. Because those feelings or those thoughts that may be coming back to you, that may be resurfacing, it's the same exact feelings, emotions that your daughter is feeling at this moment and she's been feeling for quite some time. So every time that you get angry, which may or may not have anything to do with her, it's just that you're going through a lot in your life right now. And when you communicate your frustrations that has nothing to do with her, she's on the receiving end of that. She is receiving all of your hurts, your frustrations, your pains, all that built up unhealed wounds that you have been carrying for decades. It's being now pushed onto her. And so she's feeling all of that. And in this episode, in this exercise, what I want you to do is whether it's in a journal or in a notebook. Uh, I would like you to do this in a journal so you can keep track. I would like you to write down an apology letter to your daughter. I want you to tell her that you are sorry for, again, we're going back to that list that you just created, what those sayings, what you said to her. I apologize for saying this to you. I was feeling this way in the moment. I was feeling scared. I was angry because my business partner, my boss, my colleague, my neighbor, our neighbor, my mother, at that moment, I was in it and I took it out on you, and I do apologize for that. Things like that, like the littlest things. You may have been cooking and just had a total meltdown because maybe the recipe didn't go according to plan. And then she walked into the kitchen and you're just frustrated about the food. And then she asked you a question and you just totally dismiss her. Little things, the very little things that we do that we don't even recognize that we do because it's so unconscious. I want you to like really sit with yourself and dedicate about 15 minutes at minimum of just writing out this letter. And this can go all the way deep to something that happened within the last week, the last month, the last years. And just think about where you feel that you just need to really pour your heart into this letter. I need you to really think about how you can restart over again, get a fresh start in mending your relationship with your daughter. Because in order for you to have that closer bond that you may have seen other mothers and daughters have, and that you've been wishing for that, but you just don't know where to start, this is where you start. You start by apologizing that I am not perfect. I didn't have this relationship with my mother. She treated me the same exact way that I'm treating you. And I apologize for that because I didn't know that how much this was affecting you. And when your daughter, when that time comes for you to tell her everything that you have written down and you sit her down face to face, you are going to feel so much better. And she will understand where you're coming from. She will understand that you've been hurting this whole entire time, that you may have been feeling lonely, hurt, betrayed, all of these things that other people may have done to you. And again, you internalize all of that and you pass it on. So, with this communication that you're starting, the first line of communication, you guys are going to be in an understanding place of each other. And you will also see that you guys are similar, even though some mothers and daughters may not see the similarities, but we are literally, whether it's mothers or sons, we're like a spitting image, physically, or just the traits that are given to our our babies essentially, that they're a part of us. So there is going to be some similarities. You're going to notice a lot of things that you guys, once you start to have that bond, that you have similar interests. It's not like you guys are going to do everything together, but it's a start. And as you communicate more, you'll find you have, again, similar interests. You'll start to have conversations that doesn't seem like it's forced, and it's going to be very natural. And it's going to get to a point where you can go to her she can come to you and you just talk. And it could be about anything. It doesn't have to be about how is school and how are your friends and this was happening in the family. It's a regular conversation, the same conversations you have with your own friends. This is the same conversations you have with other adults. You know, your child, your teenager, she's becoming a young adult. And so a lot of this, you're rewriting the past, rewriting what has been done in history in your family, and you're showing her how to communicate what she wants, what she needs to you without having any fear of expressing herself. And you the same. You know, you are going to ask her to do things where it's not going to be in a harsh tone where you're like, I need you to do this. I mean, you're not being demanding, is what I'm getting at. You're not going to be demanding. It's going to be, hey, can you? And then it's going to be received. And it's going to be where you don't have to say, didn't I tell you like 10,000 times to do this? And you just like fly off the handle, right? Because you are communicating with her. And on top of this, over time, you are going to learn her love language, what she likes, how she likes to receive that attention, how she just opens up. So over time, I'll also share with you how to recognize what those love languages are, because once you know that, you're in the bag. It's like, oh, forget it. And it's again all about how you communicate going forward. And the first thing you need to do is to just apologize, be the bigger person. You're not holding grudges. You're also letting your daughter know that she is important to you, that you love her. And if you don't say it already, and you may not be comfortable with saying those words, I love you, this is a start. This apologizing and letting her know that you do care for her. This is a great way to show her that you do love her, you care for her, you always be there for her, you'll never abandon her. And it will help you form that deeper bond that you always wanted with your own mother. And if you have older children, if you have a son, if you want to do this with their own mother or father, you can do the same thing. And when you write the letter of forgiveness, it's going to vary from person to person. You are letting that person know whether the person that's still on this earth, if they're living or if they have passed on. You will let them know how you feel and the things that you want to say to them that you haven't got a chance to. And it's a fresh start. It's something that you need to heal within yourself. Although you may think about it, it may fester in your mind, but once you get it out on paper and you let those emotions that come to you while you're writing these letters, that you just don't hold them back, because that is the release that you need. That is the stress that's taking a toll on your body, on your mental, your spiritual, your physical, and your emotional. So your body needs that release. It needs to be free of the stress and anxiety that you're carrying with these relationships that are unhealed, especially the relationship that you have within yourself, your unhealed childhood trauma. And I thank you again for watching this and going through this exercise. And please let me know in the comments below how this has helped you in just starting this first new line, open communication with your daughter. And again, this can be applied to your son and your adult children and other relationships as well. And again, the forgiveness when it comes to your daughter specifically is to create that deeper bond with the other people, whether it's another family member, a boss, a colleague, or whoever it may be, a friend. And if they did you wrong and it's unforgivable, you are forgiving them for yourself. You're not forgiving them to say, I forgive you for what you have done to me, but I'm forgiving you because you have made me the person I am today. Because of you, I get to realize that if I encounter another person like you in the future, that what you have done to me will never happen to me again. I forgive you because you have made me a stronger person. So you're forgiving them for yourself and not for their sake. Whatever they're going through is whatever they're going through. And if they choose not to heal themselves, that is their business. It is not yours. You are writing these letters to heal yourself so you can continue on your personal development. So you can continue to be the person that you desire, the person that you aspire to be, to help others, to make a difference in this world, to be a mentor, to be a coach, to be the next, you know, Bill Gates, the next Beyonce, the next Michael Jackson, whatever it is that you aspire to be. This is the reason why you are forgiving others to heal yourself. And thank you again for watching this episode on the Unbalanced Pedestal podcast. And if you are interested in joining my mother's course, which is how to mend your relationship with your teenage daughter, that information will be down in the description box where you can join a community of other mothers who are on the way to mend their relationship with their daughter. And you'll also get coaching, group coaching over Zoom. We meet once a week and you are more than welcome to join, ask questions, and anything that's going on with you and how to communicate or how to deal with a certain situation or problem that you're having with your teenage daughter. This is what that group is for. So again, thank you for watching this episode, and I'll see you next time.